Justice in his own hands because the legal system works for the guilty, not for the victims.
James Fagan grew up in a happy home filled with brothers and sisters. Jimmy was the easygoing one in the crowd, and his family still find his violent death difficult to accept.
Our own boys will say, the other boys will say, why Jim? He was so easygoing. Why? It could have been, should have been me. I can get holler or get mad at times, but why should it be Jim? It's just...
Yeah, just the way it turned out, I guess. Not much you can do.
But it's really...
But Jim, I don't know, he had a knack with people. Like I wrote a victim's impact statement, and I said that Jim never saw ugly people or pretty people. He just saw people, and he liked them.
Anything that you want now or plan on doing, it hasn't got that same impact that it had before. Christmas coming, vacations, we have a summer cottage. We haven't been out there. I think we spent 2, maybe 3 days out there since it happened with Jim. I just can't understand how we're going to get our lives back together again. It's going to take a long time. I think Al and I will be gone, and our children will still be trying to wonder why this happened.
Well, we pretty well know why it happened. I mean, everywhere you read, it still says a botched robbery, but I don't believe that theory at all. They went in there, they wanted the experience of killing somebody. Muse wanted to cut somebody's throat. The others wanted to watch somebody die with a bullet in his head. That's why it was done.
Every day, Olive Warren visits the graveyard near her home. She comes to remember Donna, the little girl who loved school and hoped to someday be a criminal lawyer. Olive tries to understand what happened.
To me, it was not a robbery that went bad. To me, it was an execution. If they had went there to rob the place, they would have got the money. There was no problem with that. She would have gave it to them. She'd always told us. If for any reason anybody came in to rob her while she was there, she'd give them the money. Right now, this is all I have left of her. These guys are in prison. They're able to see the sunlight. They're able to watch TV. They're able to exercise. But all I have is a grave here with a headstone and a picture of Donna on it. That's it for me. I talk to her. It's comforting just being here, being close to her. And it's her when I turn around to walk away. It's like her voice is saying, yeah, you're leaving me. Why don't you stay?
Arlene McNeil is the only surviving victim. The young girl who loved to party with friends and shop and plan for the future has a very different daily routine now.
What do you do here in a day? What do you play on the computer?
Concentration.
Is that part of the therapy?
Mm-hmm.
Are you good at it?
Yeah.
Arlene's dreams and her hopes are gone, you know. She was determined that she was going to go through university, get her degree. And she had a steady boyfriend, and they were talking about after she finishes her education, she was going to get married and have children. She was always told me she wanted 2 children, a boy and a girl. And that's all taken away.
That's my pride and joy and my star, you know. She's here, and that's what we want.
Members of the victims' families have started a campaign aimed at changing the Canadian criminal justice system. They want to see a return to capital punishment, or at least the introduction of consecutive sentences in cases of multiple murder. However, they say even if they win that fight, it will do very little to reduce the pain from the permanent scars left from the 7 shots fired in Sydney River.
The most frequently asked question about these brutal murders is, how could 3 seemingly normal young men take part in this kind of violence? Well, a forensic psychiatrist offers the group dynamic as a possible explanation. That is that people will do in a group with peer support and peer pressure things they would never do as individuals. But that is only a theory. the question of why they did it will never be answered. From ATV News, heartfelt thanks to the families of the 4 victims for allowing us to help them tell their tragic story. And thank you for watching.
Really tragic story. Stay tuned because we're going to have more on this story coming up after the break.
We'll be back after this short break with a wrap-up on today's top stories along with Phil's first of the week forecast.
Foundation raised $113,000 to assist the McNeil family and Arlene with her recovery.
Everybody wanted to be able to do something to respond to this horrific crime, and I think we gave them that opportunity by allowing them to come work with us and do some volunteer work and support the family.
It's just been a great feeling. It's just very few words can describe it, but it's a good feeling.
The family is overwhelmed and wanted in a small, quiet way to say thank you.
We're so happy to have her back, and she seems to be coming along so well that we're just so happy.
We prayed that she would come back. Yeah, hope to God that she'll keep progressing.
Beyond the social aspect of the McNeil family thank you was a special presentation to help Arlene with her everyday.
The Friends of Arlene McNeil Foundation purchased a specially equipped van to give Arlene more independence. Her rehabilitation are making it easier for the family to get around. The McNeils say the support is appreciated and thank what they call a caring community. News.
A most courageous young woman. Thanks very much, Greg. Still ahead tonight, sports news, your complete weather forecast, and a whole lot more.
Is missing. Their 18-month-old Sheltie, named Morgan, disappeared a week ago when he wandered away from his home here in Fairview. Since then, there have been all kinds of phone calls from people claiming to have seen the dog in that wooded area, not too far from the dog's home. The people say that the dog appears to be in pretty good shape, despite being out in all kinds of damp weather the past week or so. However, so far, no one has been able to capture him.
The best way to identify him, if anyone does catch him, is there is a tattoo on his belly.
Morgan is part of the family, a fun-loving canine that even likes the swimming pool and has been known to dress up for the occasional party.
What do you think would be the best Christmas present you could get right about now?
Morgan.
The O'Reillys have gone all out to get Morgan back. They've rented an airplane to scan the area, posted signs offering a reward, and their stories appeared in the local newspapers. Even a psychic has been brought in.
She said, I get a feeling very strongly around an overpass. That was the morning before, or that was the night before. The next day we had about 40 calls, and it was all seen around the overpass on Dunbrack.
The O'Reillys remain hopeful Morgan will be returned soon. For them, the greatest Christmas present of all.
He's just like one of us being gone, and it's really hard for the whole family, more so Tish, but it's been hard on all of us.
As they wait for Morgan to come home, they've been loaned another Sheltie, Sam, to help ease the pain. But for the O'Reillys, no other dog can replace their Morgan. In Halifax, John Waterman, ATV News.
By the way, if you've seen Morgan or have been able to capture him, the O'Reillys would obviously love to hear from you. The number there is 443-8943. That number again, 443-8943. A $300 reward's being offered for the dog's safe return, by the way.
All right, we should offer a reward for some sunshine. Richard.
You've been looking at the forecast, Nancy. An area of high pressure is going to start moving in for tomorrow. As the area of high pressure moves through, some of the cooler temperatures that we're going to experience tomorrow will give way to a southwesterly flow, which will push up the temperature rather nicely. It'd be good to see the sunshine by the evening. We're looking at that southwesterly flow. Wake-up weather says should be a pretty good morning. Temperatures on the cold side, -3 to +2 degrees out there. And of course, we're going to talk about our weather fact in, there we go. Thunderstorm world record is held in Bogor, Indonesia. Say that very quickly. 322 days per year they get thunderstorms. What about the Maritimes, Paul and Nancy? How many thunderstorms do we get?
Well, last week you said that there were only 13 in New Brunswick in a year, and New Brunswick has the most, so not very many.
Maybe
under
10's
20.
the average?
Under 20.
Actually, you're pretty good. We're looking at about 11, 12, or 13 thunderstorms a year.